Hello and welcome to the IIM Central Quick-Base tutorial for the client user. Today I'm going to use the Transfield client as an example of how to use the IIM Central online database. I'm going to sign in with the username that each client is supplied with. And enter the password that each client is also supplied with. And click sign in. This is the initial page that you are displayed with. You have two options here to get to the home screen. You can either select IIM Central, or you can click on the tab at the top of the screen which also states IIM Central. This screen here is the daily reports for today's date. As you can see, everything here will have today's date. It's in the American system, the 12th of the 3rd, and this will give you an overview of all the items that have happened on this day, and this is refreshed on a daily basis. So tomorrow it will be all new data on this home screen. Now the home screen is split up into a number of different reports. We've got today's summary up here at the top. This shows you the number of spools which have been completed for a particular task. So in relation to this project number and this drawing number, 28 of these spools have been inspected today so far. For this project and this drawing number, 5 of these spools have been inspected today. We also have a report detailing everything, all material that's been allocated today for the Transfield client. Pipes cut today for the Transfield client. As you can see, every item is designated by its individual project number, which I will show you in a moment how to retrieve. Here you can have a look at all the different pipes that have been cut, the heat number, the date and time, etc. And you can scroll through each individual report. Here we have a list of fabricated complete today, which has none for this client so far. Inspections completed, each individual inspection. There are 2 pages here. And then NDT and hydro testing also reports completed today. Now it is important first up to find what project number relates to your project. In order to do that, you select the projects table, and this table then will show you all active projects for a particular client. You've got a project description which you should be able to use to relate back to the IIM project number. From most of the information hereafter will be designated by the IIM project number, so it's important to come to this page first and obtain your IIM project number before moving forward and looking at all the other items. You can also select to view an individual project. Within this screen you will see all the information at a high level relating to that project. Project name, client, project status, what inspections are required. This is the spool level paint, where it designates each spool if painting is required, the paint color, system, number of coats. It will also state if galvanizing is required for that particular spool. So you can scroll down past these. Towards the bottom you get some general information about the whole project overview, and right at the bottom you get a list of all the drawings for this project. Within this project drawing table you'll see the drawing status now, and also the material allocated. Now the drawing status, if this states that ready for material allocator to review, that signifies that IIM have received all materials required to complete that drawing. If there's a tick here in the material allocated, that means that the materials have been segregated and allocated to that drawing and are available now for fabrication. and that will be all the information relating to the project. Now, using your project number, you can move forward. You can go back to your home screen if you wish, and you can look at your pipes cut today. You can see this highlighted line around the report in relation to pipes cut today. In the top right hand corner, once you select the report or hover over it, in the top right hand corner you will be given an option to click here and go to a full report. The full report takes you to a new page where it's just a report relating to the pipes cut today. Within here you can use these filters on the left side of the screen, which you'll notice on pretty much all screens, where you can filter just your project number. Now, the cuts today have just been for a single project number, so there's only one filter in here, but in general there may be a few different projects. Select your project number, and if you have a drawing number, etc., that you're interested to see, you can type a component of your drawing number into the search bar, or if you know the IIM reference number, you can select or type in the IIM reference number also. And that is applicable for all reports on the home screen. So if you want to look at inspections complete today, you can also go to the full report. Again, it's a different project number, and there's only one that's had spools inspected today so far, and you can again search for your particular spool, your particular drawing reference number. Whatever you type in here will search each record and create a short list. So I'm going to try pipe support 3153, and the data gets filtered down to the single record relating to pipe support 3153 as a spool number. You can delete or hit X to remove that search. That takes us through the home screen. Following this, we will move forward to the top list, which we do have a number of tables now. The first table is projects. Projects are compiled with drawings. Drawings are split up into spools. Spools are split up into components, and thereafter there is some general information that may or may not be applicable to your project. The most used table that you will be going to will be your spools table. Within the spools table you have whichever project you're looking for. Let's say this project, for instance. So we'll filter all of these project numbers, the drawing number, spool number, IIM reference number, and we get down here to the stage. Now this stage is a very important field. It lets you know exactly where the spool is within our workshop. If the stage states pipe cutting or fabrication, inspection, etc., that is where the spool is up to. That's its completed stage so far. So if it's at fabrication, let's say, we can view that particular spool, and in our top bar we can see that pipe cutting has been completed. We can see here that, scroll down, well, we can see that there's no material required for that particular spool, so it's just pipe cuts required, and it's progressed to the fabrication stage. If we move back, we can get back to our previous screen. Now on every screen, every table, you have the option of printing the entire table, what you have filtered, just the data you've filtered. So let's say I've chosen this project number and this drawing number. I can print just this quantity of data. So I head up here to the More tab. You've got an option to print. You will also have an option to save this data as a spreadsheet. Once this is selected, it will export just this data directly into a spreadsheet and download it to your taskbar. And you can use this data in Microsoft Excel in any way you wish. You can filter it more, you can add it to reports, you can sort it, you can group it, etc. Within each table there are a number of different reports relating to the table, which are helpful for the client and user if they want to get a snapshot of everything that is in a particular stage. So in this section, reports and charts, you will see a number of documents relating to particular items. We look here under supervisor, we've got a document that says fabricated spools. If we select this report, it will take us to a new report which lists all items that have been fabricated. So if we again filter a particular project number, we will see all of the spools which have been fabricated. The supervisor will check them off, the drawing priority, and the fabrication time and date. All these ones are complete, and the ones down further have not been completed yet. In the same fashion that was for fabricated spools, you can open the report which shows everything relating to inspected spools. Again, you can filter your particular project number, and you can see all the spools which have been inspected. Again, you can export this or print this report and sort and group and play with it further in Microsoft Excel. Also, we have the components listing. Here we have a list of all components for all the projects for that particular client. Again, you can select a particular job number and view each item that has been cut with the heat number. Cut status is complete, drawing priority. You can export that. You can search for a particular spool, 3197 for instance, and see all the cuts relating to that spool and if they've been completed or not, and the heat number relating to that. Now, if there is painting required on your project, there is a report for paint thickness readings, but no readings have been completed for this particular client yet. There's also a table relating to welds. If you go into the welds table, select your particular project, you can view all welds designated for that particular project. And there are a number of pages because there's quite a few welds for this project. There is also a report document, welds complete report, which is a more user-friendly report. Here you can view all the welds for a particular project. You can also export these to Excel and sort and group them to see what was complete. We can scroll down here to the completed welds and filter all the ones that are yes completed, and we can view those particular welds, see the date and time, the welded date, welder ID route, consumable route, welder ID balance, consumable balance, etc. Now, this is not a requirement for every single client and every single project, so if it has been designated that your project is getting weld tracking on the system, then you will be able to access this information. On the right hand side you will see number of weld inspections, and if there is a number in there, then some weld inspections NDT has been assigned to these welds. Now you can select a particular weld inspection and it will bring up that on that particular weld number 2 on spool 25A, there is an RT requested and it is RT number 0022. There's a comments field if there is additional comments required. We have a weld inspection table where you can view, relating to your project, all the weld inspections requested for that project and their equivalent number. You can filter if it's RT or MT. If there were UTs etc. requested, these filters would update. And that is the weld inspections table. You can also, again, always on every screen, print or export to a spreadsheet. Um, well, that's a quick run through of our online database for tracking spools, wells, and cut components. Um, I will probably update this in the near future. This system is constantly growing and changing and expanding, adding new features. So don't be surprised if you see a few extra tables and reports appearing from time to time. Um, but the best way to get familiar with this system is to play around with it, and in particular search for an item or a wealth that you have an interest in, and see how that has progressed through the entire system. Okay, thank you.